It's all about the kids. I don't want to interrupt that. You take care of that.
Thank you, Bryson. Yeah, I'm happy today.
I'm nobody. He's the guy you want.
I got Ricky Fowler.
Did you really? Good for you. You having fun? This is a great, good. Is it really? Tell me who you got. I forgot. Let's see who you got. Well, you've been doing good. Have fun. The biggest thing is just have fun.
Thank you.
Go ahead.
Oh, anyway, so the genesis of your foundation, what was your thought? What led you into what you're doing?
I've always wanted to give back in life. You know, life has given me a lot of great things and afforded me a lot of great opportunities to do unbelievable things. And I think now that, albeit I'm 25, I think I have a big enough influence. I can have a big enough influence to start helping some people out. And so my inspiration came from my parents, as well as where I started in the game of golf, and also an idea about education that could be revolutionary.
What is that? Can you share that? Just briefly?
Yeah, absolutely. You know, real quickly though, I'll go into junior golf as being an important part.
Absolutely.
Starting point for, you know, how I got here. And so the JGA&C Junior Golf in Northern California and NCGA Junior Tour, both those tours are something I'm going to help out quite a bit, just because they helped me out growing up and they instilled their trust in me to be the best golfer that I could be.
We've done quite well.
Well, thank you. I appreciate it. And then,
Meg, I already got it.
oh, okay.
Meg, I got
Yeah. And then, what's up, dude?
How you doing?
Good. Love that. You want it on here?
Oh, yes, please.
You want it on the bottom or you want it on top?
On top.
Oh, yeah. Okay.
Thank you. Can I get a picture with you, too?
You can.
Thank you.
They want you to do your
Sorry. Well, I'm sorry.
That's okay.
Yeah.
I can talk.
He gave me permission. No, he gave me permission.
Okay.
To ask permission before I ask
just tell me.
forgiveness.
They just
I
tell
appreciate
me.
that. All right.
Wow, you look good, dude. Yeah, I like it.
I met you at Chipotle last year at the
Oh, that's right. How are you?
Good.
You good? That was a while ago. So then it goes to health, which my dad has been affected by diabetes for a long
Right.
time. And so, yes. And so the National Kidney Foundation helped him in tough times, and he was able to get a kidney.
Wow. For your dad. That's great.
Yeah, it's fantastic. And so definitely be helping some health organizations out, one of them being the National Kidney Foundation, and we'll grow and expand that as time goes on, as well as education. And you know, I believe education is the key to our
Without
future.
question.
It's where every kid has the opportunity to be a better version of themselves. And I think the better you positioning you can give them in regards to their education perspective, the better they can be. And so when I say that statement, there are a couple issues with our education system as of right now. One being they aren't interested, and two, they aren't as specified at a young age. You know, they aren't specified
Right.
enough. It's a jack of all trades, master of none sort
Right.
of version. Yeah. And, yeah. After Sunday, I give it out.
About that, are we still on about me to do that tomorrow?
Maybe if I have enough. You're welcome. And so, is this signed yet? No. And so, those are the two issues. Is one, they aren't as interested. They want to go play sports, or they want to go do whatever they want to do right outside of school. And so, the more you can, yes. You're welcome. The more you can keep them intrigued. Oops, sorry, dude. The more you can keep them intrigued with what they're learning, the better opportunity they're going to have to learn. And so that's where I kind of came up with, and this is through my own experience with a book called The Golfing Machine. I started to become interested in physics because of golf.
I'm a physics major, so
Yeah,
absolutely.
And I mean, it was a basic version of physics, and it was nothing
Right.
too descriptive about the game. But but it definitely allowed me to understand that you can learn things. You can learn things about your passion, just like you would in normal school.
Thank you, Bryson.
So you can have a certain context, right? and you can learn every subject matter in that context.
Right.
And that's kind of where I came up. That's kind of where I came up with the idea. Love what you learn.
You're taking on a big bite of the sandwich in what you're doing. I mean, that's
Absolutely.
amazing. You know, that's great.
And so this is so what's going to happen is hopefully I can create an education system down the road that will, that will transform our public education system as of now. Where when they're a young kid, based on what they love to do, whether they like to go ride their bikes or whether they like to play video games or whatever they want to do on a computer, right? Or want to be an archaeologist or NASA or whatever they want to do, right? You can be in an environment where they'll teach you every subject matter around that context. You know, it's kind of like a STEM program, but on steroids.
Yeah, no, that sounds that way.
You know?
Exactly what you're doing.
And so it's great, STEM is great, but they're confining themselves to only science, technology, engineering, and math. You know, you need to learn accounting, you need to learn all this stuff that's very important for financial literacy and all this other stuff that could be factored into somebody that wants to go learn about marine life.
Right.
And there's a business around that, you know? And so the more you can get them to understand at that level, you know, first, second, third, fourth, fifth grade, whatever, the more you can teach them how to learn what they love, the better they can be specified in their area.
Right.
And
Motivated.
they're motivated.
Yeah.
And so, you know, our mission statement is essentially to help out.
Thank you.
You're welcome. Junior golf across the country to create opportunities to play around the world. Junior golf.
So, I'm sorry,
And-
will you take a picture of us?
Yeah. You gotta be ready. All right. Ready?
Thank you.
Provide help to health organizations that are making a difference in the world.
How are you? Where are you basing it out? What are your first steps? What are your?
Well, we have a tournament on Monday, actually.
Good for you.
We have over a dozen tour pros playing. We're probably going to raise upwards of a couple hundred. You know, this year.
already got your autograph.
Oh, yeah. That's awesome.
I love what I hear you saying right now about
Thank
you and
you.
golf.
Yeah, appreciate it. Thank you. Oh, it's the Bryson DeChambeau Foundation. It's a foundation. It's nothing set in stone yet. We don't have anything. We don't have a foundation or a program. It's like that, but we're developing, and it'll be hopefully coming around in about 3 or 4 years. We'll have something started. So it's a great way for kids to learn. I think it'll be a better way. So, yeah. Yeah, thanks.
Would you mind doing 3 of them?
All right.
For my
That's a lot.
nephews that love you.
He's only the greatest guy on the planet. That's all you have. You need something. He's what we need.
Thanks.
I've only been in the
noticed
game
us
50 years, and
following
when this guy came along, I told him he looks like one of my sons.
Well,
And my son said, "You know, you're right, Dad."
Yep,
So
there you go,
that's like, so he's.
yeah, your
So,
mom
anyway.
is
No, I'll
Yeah,
talk to you here in just a minute.
Oh, really?
Got some ideas for you.
Oh, how are you?
I'm
Good to see
doing
you.
good, yeah. It's just only been last Arnold and this Arnold. And
Ah,
We've
been following you
right,
now.
thank you.
We're your groupies now.
You guys are too awesome. I appreciate it.
Can we get a picture?
Thank you. Absolutely.
Huh?
Thank you for following.
I'm talking to him about his
We just love watching you play.
his foundation.
Sounds good. Thank you. Appreciate it. Thanks.
So anyway, here's
That's-
my card. In what this is Miss Kira. She is a fresh
Bryson.
face of
Nice to meet
the
you.
the new LPGA movement to bring women into golf. So again, I had talked and what happened with the LPGA. I don't want to bore you with our story, but what happened last year. The biggest demographic of coming into the game is young kids and girls, which you well know girls is a strange one. So the LPGA, we have a show called the Happy Hour Golf Show, and it's all fun, bringing awareness to the game and foundation. But your foundation I was interested in because of my own son, my own background. And when you talk about education, 5 years ago, in downtown Chicago, I was working on actually the south side where all the shootings have been, trying to bring education to that. So I've worked with a lot of these foundations. So my main company is called Live EcoStyle.
Okay.
And I did a lot of research. It's about giving back and supporting this type of thing. So with my own son, who, as I said, it's going to be an adventure. He's fully recovered from what he had, and
That's awesome.
And he is Peter, as I said, and Zach way back when. I sort of saved the Seymour Company way back when. After Payne passed, I was building their clubs, and they were going broke. And so I just been in the background of golf forever.
Oh, nice.
And
Awesome.
when I saw your story and followed you and have followed you, and I used to, going back on the history of how you play, the way you swing,
Yep.
with
Sure.
going all the way back to, I can't remember his name right now.
Oh, Norman?
Yeah, know him. And I actually caught balls for him many
wow.
years ago.
That's awesome.
So I used to play like that. So when you came in, I said, in physics, this makes sense.
For sure.
So anyway, if I can help,
I
if
appreciate
you could
that.
wite to me, I'd
Yeah,
be happy
will
to
do.
support what you're doing and grow it.
I
But I
appreciate
really
it.
appreciate
Thank
what
you.
you're doing and where to go. This is Kara
Nice to meet you,
Peterson.
Bryson.
Yeah, it's
Thank you. Thank you.
Bryson,
help.
can we do a picture quick?
Yeah, real quick picture. Yeah.
oh, there we go.
Oh,